And let's take a look at your Caribbean report for tonight. In your Caribbean report tonight, we start with two fugitives from justice that have recently been separately tracked down on two different Caribbean islands, one in the Cayman Islands and the other in the Dominican Republic. After more than 20 years on the run, Computerland founder William H. Mallard was located in Grand Cayman Islands. The eccentric millionaire was last seen on the remote Pacific island of Saipan in 1990, but has since been able to avoid authorities for more than 2 decades. After things went south in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, he was ordered to pay $36 million in taxes in 1994. He disappeared again. The unpaid tax bill continues to grow and is now in the amount of $100 million. During his missing time, he was seen in Singapore, Ireland, Brussels, and Hong Kong before finally being spotted taking a walk outside of his home in the Cayman Islands. Meanwhile, a fugitive British fraudster, Michael Brown, has been tracked down in the Caribbean hideout in the Dominican Republic after 3 years on the run. He was convicted of a multi-million-pound theft and fraud in November of 2008, in his absence after skipping bail and disappearing. However, bringing him to justice will be more difficult as there's no extradition agreement between the Dominican Republic and Britain. And turning now to Haiti, a high-level Uruguayan delegation has arrived in Haiti to investigate the alleged sexual assault of an 18-year-old Haitian man by Uruguayan members of the United Nations peacekeeping mission in the Caribbean country. At the same time, should these allegations prove true, the UN is in place to support the victim with legal, medical, and psychological aid, said UN Stabilization Mission in Haiti spokesperson Ellen Nabar. The UN, which has had a long policy of zero tolerance towards sexual abuse by peacekeepers, does not have the authority to prosecute, as this comes within the jurisdiction of the troop-contributing country, stated Nabar. But she said the UN will follow up, closely monitoring the Uruguayan authorities and making sure that they have fulfilled their obligations. And finally, as a result of Hurricane Irene, in Nassau, the Bahamas, the lack of running water in some households in New Province has been fueling a dengue fever outbreak, according to a specialist with the Pan American Health Organization. The PAHO has made several long-term recommendations to assist the Bahamas, first by reviewing the dengue fever prevention and control program annually and involving the whole population in preventing mosquito breeding in their backyards. In the short term, however, the PAHO has recommended that the government improve surveillance and strengthen the monitoring of the impact of fogging activities by tracking mosquito populations. And that's your Caribbean report for tonight. Well, now let's take another look at our recent 9/11 ceremony.
What's the cost of freedom? In the armed forces, in the military, that cost is the ultimate sacrifice of your life. We know of loved ones, friends, families that went through and give that ultimate sacrifice. But to the civilian community, what is that cost to you? What is that cost to freedom for us as Americans? That's a question I guess we can't answer. But whenever I travel, it irritates me when you see individuals, Americans, complaining because they have to go through TSA screening. Is it right to say I'm being inconvenienced because of what took place in 2001? But that's the price either here in the airport when I'm traveling, what the civilian community is complaining about, the inconvenience. But we have to keep in mind and bear in mind those individuals who lost their lives at the Pentagon, New York Twin Towers, and we have the relatives here today. But those are some of the things we have to actually ask ourselves. Is it really free? And what is the cost to us?
Today, I encourage everyone to give back to our community and to bring out the best of us, just as the immediate aftermath of that fateful day did. I encourage everyone to reach deep to the better selves that lie within each and every one of us and go back to building the beloved community that we once were, and our president, as Dr. Martin Luther King did, calls us to be once again. I want to thank the leadership, both past and present, of the American Legion District Number 10 and its members for hosting this solemn commemoration for the last 10 years. Thank you to the men and women of the Virgin Islands National Guard, our dedicated soldiers and airmen who have been present for us wherever and whenever duty called. Thank you to our first responders, the men and women of the Virgin Islands Police Department, our firefighters, and our paramedics for putting their lives on the line every day to keep our communities safe.
We say that we are one nation under God. On our dollar bills, we say in God we trust. As we swearing our leaders, they close with the words, "So help me God." Today, we stop to reflect, to remember those who gave their lives. The over 3,000 plus individuals who died. And today we first of all thank God for their sacrifice. We thank God for all that He has done in their lives. We remember them.
When we come back, more on the LIATI project. Stay with us. And now we take another look at the LIATI project as Ms. Cheryl Francis spoke at Rotary recently.
My purpose here today, first of all, let me just say thank you. Thank you very much for having me here to talk about our latest project, the LIATI project. The LIATI project is acronym LIATI that stands for Love is All There Is. Now, the LIATI project was brought together by a team of 5 initially to bring music or song to our young people because we realize that music touches the soul, uplifts your spirits, and it actually gives you a really calming, peaceful manner in your life. It helps to encourage you and give you some sort of peace. So in recognizing that our young people need something like that in this hard time of economics and the hurt and the violence that's happening within our community, we decided that this would be an endeavor that we feel would be very powerful to help these young people. This project was brought to me by a DJ, DJ Slick, Crunkmaster. He works with Aisle 95. His thoughts were, he plays music for these young people. They ask for these music and songs that actually give them negative feelings and vibes. And so his concept was for us to find a way to positively impact these young people through music.